Hello, everybody. Hope you're all doing well today. I know this is a bit later than when I, usually stream, but like I said yesterday, I had to work a late shift last night, and, well, I actually ended up waking up at 10 o'clock today, so definitely wasn't happening. And again, tomorrow will also be 2 o'clock because I have a dentist appointment at 10, and I figured that'll give me enough time to do that, have whatever the hell they gotta do done, and it gives me time to kinda chill out here a bit, which is all good. So yeah, I hope everyone has been doing pretty well. Obviously, we're doing more Doki Doki Blue Sky. Sorry, whew, lunch. Settings. I mean, that's not coming until later, and that could happen literally at any point within this stream, so I am skipping the shit out of that. I'm not going through it again. Okay. So, Doki Doki Blue Skies. What happened on Sayori's route when we played it yesterday? A few things. Just kinda hanging out with Sayori at lunch, talking about just whatever's on our mind. Seems to be school. We daydreamed in the middle of class about the first time we met Sayori, which was kind of cute. It was in the park. We had money for ice cream. She looked sad, so we bought her an ice cream. And they're just instant friends. Also, that same lunch, we saw Yuri just kind of sitting reading alone, so we figured, hey, Yuri, want to come to lunch with me and Sayori just to hang out? We're all friends, right? Then we had a very brief club meeting, just for Monica to say, we're gonna have a Halloween party in the school. What's everyone gonna do to prep for it? And what we're gonna do to help prep for that is to get pumpkins with Sayori and carve them. Unfortunately, when we went to Sayori's house to get her, she was still in bed. In fact, when we walked in to try to wake her up, she was having a nightmare. Like, she was crying out in her sleep. We did manage to wake her up, and she brushed off everything that happens. Just was like, no, nothing's wrong, don't want to talk about it. Can you give me a few minutes to change? That kind of thing. And we left off right as we reached, basically town to find some pumpkins to carve. Whew. Yeah, a lot did happen. Alright, so we're gonna be picking up from there, right when we get into town, buying some pumpkins. With our precious cinnamon bun here. Okay. We'll load up our game. And we shall continue on with Blue Skies. It's all coming in clear. Yep, we're all good. My bitrate is holding nicely. Thank goodness. I don't know what happened yesterday with it just kind of dying for no reason. Like, that was just weird. But it seems to be good now. Alright. Alrighty, ready. So here we go. We can get some pumpkins from the supermarket! You've got a knife at home, right? Yeah. So, what kind of things should we carve into them? Wait, was that Sayori talking that last line? Yes, it was. Okay, I got confused for a second. She's answering her own question? That's fair. I mean, I answer my own questions all the time. Like that one. Bats, skulls, all those cheesy Halloween things, right? it's tempting to not answer. To give Sayori a taste of her own medicine. Oh, and again, co-host Sayori in Sayori right in the back. I don't think she's aware of just how frustrating this is. But then again, do I really want to ruin the day? Or want this to ruin the day? Sayori's clearly trying to put it past us. Oh, he's referring to what happened in her bedroom. As much as I want to know what's going on, she's really not in any mood to divulge. And bringing it up now would probably ruin the mood and day for both of us. Besides, I can't really stay angry at her. Her generally bubbly persona is so infectious. Only someone without a heart could be immune to it. I mean, yes. Like, you spend 5 minutes with Sayori and you're gonna be grinning from ear to ear. I begrudgingly smile. Or spiders.
I forgot how much you're terrified of them.
Oh, come on. Like, you're any better.
I am!
Oh my god, she's such a child. I love it.
Okay, maybe with the big ones.
Even though Halloween isn't as largely celebrated here, at least compared to Western countries, shops still have made a decorative effort. All of the cheesy, cliché Halloween decorations can be seen both on the exterior and interior of the shop. Luckily for us, all the pumpkins are right at the front. Yeah, you want to lug that from the back just to go to the counter and then out the door? Hell no. At least how it usually works around here, there's pumpkins out front, I could be wrong, I've never actually seen how we buy pumpkins from a grocery store. I would assume we say, can I just buy one of the pumpkins out front, and then they grab you one, or they watch you grab... I don't know. You know what, that actually just brings up a good question. How does buying a full pumpkin from a grocery store work during Halloween time when they have them out front? Do you just pick it up, carry it in store with you? Questions for later. Wow. These are huge.
Which means we have more space to make some awesome decorations. Don't you think?
Her eyes meet mine, the cheerful enthusiasm still bouncing around in them. Yeah, good thinking. Let's get these 3.
Oh, do you mind if I grab some food for later?
Yeah, sure. What were you thinking?
Pizza?
Not exactly the healthiest of choices, is it?
Hey! I don't see you chomping on salad, you know.
Can't dispute that. But in all seriousness, Sayori, maybe you should try something that isn't just junk food? I worry about you sometimes, you know?
I know. You don't need to, though. I'll make more of an effort soon, I promise.
Alright, fine. Pizza it is. But only if I get a slice. Or 2.
Deal.
In an attempt to display my masculine bravado, I volunteered to carry all 3 of the pumpkins. No. No. Dude, no. You should have at least let Sayori take 1. Okay, like, let her hold the pizza and 1 pumpkin, and then you hold 2 pumpkins under both your arms. Otherwise, you're just, like, bear hugging them like this the whole time, or trying to awkwardly hold 2 in one hand by the stems, and then 1 in the other. No. It's... I also don't know how big they are, but he did say they're pretty big, so Jesus Christ, man. Don't do it. You run the risk of dropping the pumpkin and smashing it not only on the ground, but also on your feet. And then you just lost money. And have ruined shoes. And potentially pants. And a very sad Sayori. Don't do that. In hindsight, given how much my arms are screaming at me, I immediately regret this decision.
I can't believe you didn't let me carry any of them. You're so silly sometimes.
It's no sweat, Sayori. No sweat at all. Don't drop them, don't drop them, don't drop them.
Aha!
What?
That pumpkin is shaped like your head.
I swear to God, I will throw one of these at you.
You wouldn't dare! Besides, I don't think you'd be able to lift it high enough.
I hate how true that is.
Sayori 1, Baron 0. That's so unfair.
You're taking advantage of the poor situation I'm in. You put yourself in this situation. It's your fault, Game Baron, you idiot. It's all your fault. Don't go boo-hoo. Boo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Poor me, when you're the one who decided I'm gonna carry 3 pumpkins.
Not true! If I recall correctly, you're the one who insisted on carrying these.
She adopts a comedic, super low male voice.
It's okay, Sayori. I'm a big, strong guy who can handle all these pumpkins.
What happened there? Trying to do a voice as a voice is hilarious. Okay, firstly, I do not sound like that. Right? An innocent smirk is my only response, which turns into indignation as I blow a puff of air into her face. It's the little victories in life.
So, which shape should we go with first?
I'm amazed he got the pumpkins there without, dropping one. Let's just keep it simple for now. We can just go with a generic jack-o'-lantern face. I pull up a reference photo on my phone.
We gotta start by scooping out the insides, though. So, let's cut a hole in the top.
With a look of steadfast determination, she slices away the top of the pumpkin, exposing the contents within. I'm just gonna make sure Halloween... Yep, Halloween is still skipped. Perfect. Just to know if it would just kind of randomly turn off at some point for no reason. You never know. Could just kind of glitch out a little. She looks really cute with that look on her face. Her nose is scrunched up and she's focusing intently on her task. And the best part is she's so oblivious to how endearing she really is.
Come on! Don't be afraid to get your hands dirty.
Okay.
Oh man, it feels so cold and sticky.
It's slow, but steady work. As we scoop out the inside, I do my best not to focus on how soft her hands and arms feel as they brush against mine. Bro. Also, how big is this goddamn pumpkin that you're able to fit all your our limbs inside of it?
There! Now my hands are all sticky.
Yeah, mine too. Say, do you want a new hairstyle? I grin and reach forward, aiming for Sayori's head. Oh my god, no, dude. Okay, I kind of like this version of the Blue Skies Game Baron here. He's a lot more playful this time around, because he's able to do this kind of stuff with Sayori. With Yuri, he couldn't as much. It was mostly sitting down and reading. And cooking. This, he's messing around with her so much. This is just carefree Blue Skies Game Baron.
Don't you even think about it!
Okay, okay. I won't. I hold my hands up as a sign of peace. Sayori remains backed up away from me, a suspicious look on her face. As she lets her guard down and comes closer, I dart forward and boop her on the nose, leaving an orange smear.
Hey! Meanie? I'm gonna get you for that!
Only if you can actually catch me. I laugh and dart away from her strike. Sayori has never been particularly coordinated, so it's pretty easy to dodge her clumsy attempts. As she comes in for another swipe, I catch her wrists with my hands. Are we gonna get the CG from before? Maybe. She's squirming and wriggling, doing her best to escape my grip. Unfortunately, due to the slipperiness of the pumpkin coating on both our hands, my grip isn't as strong as I'd like. She manages to twist her hand free and lands a respectable orange smear on my cheek.
Aha! I told you!
Her victory is short-lived as I manage to return the favor down her neck. Oh my god. This is adorable. Having a pumpkin guts fight.
Okay. A truce! For real this time!
No tricks?
No! We still have to carve the pumpkins!
Okay, fair enough. After we wash our hands, Sayori takes out a pen and starts to trace a face onto the pumpkin. Now I'm looking through the cupboards, trying to find a knife that's big enough. Ah, this one'll do.
How's this?
I wander over to the left of Sayori. This is unfair. How is it that a girl who was late to wake up and get ready still smells really good? What the fuck, dude? I just finished praising you for being more carefree this time, and now you're still sniffing people. Don't be that guy. Just don't. Don't be that guy. I'm just gonna check something real fast. Oh, no, they're active. Okay. A faraway, detached part of me vaguely remembers something my biology teacher was saying about pheromones.
Well?
Yeah, it smells great.
Smells? Huh?
Damn, did I say smell instead of look? Guess I'm a little hungry. Yeah, that's perfect. I'll start carving it. There.
Wow! That looks great! We make an awesome team, don't we?
We sure do. What about for the other two pumpkins? I was thinking we could do a bat for this one. And we could just keep it simple for the last one.
Like carving Boo into it?
Perfect. Well, here we go again. A while later, and we're finally all done. Our handiwork sits proudly in front of us. Job well done.
The others are gonna love them!
I just realized. You must look like two proud parents. Except our kids are pumpkins.
What the fuck are you even saying right now?
Sayori breaks out into giggles.
Baron? You've always been really funny, you know that?
One of these days, I'll learn how to take a compliment from the opposite sex. Especially when it comes from someone I think I'm starting to fall in love with. That was fast. Unfortunately, that day is not today. As I feel my cheeks heat up, I'd be very surprised if Sayori didn't pick up on it.
Anyway, I had a lot of fun today. Sadly, I've got a lot of homework to get on with. So, I'm gonna have to go. But I'll take a pumpkin with me. Anyway, I'll see you on Monday. Oh, and... Look, I know you're concerned about me. About what happened earlier. But please, just try not to worry too much or anything. I'll try and tell you when I'm comfortable, okay? Hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend.
With a click, the door closes behind me. I don't get much time to stew over the day's events, though, as my phone blares to life. Is it our mom? Yep. It's my mother.
Hi, Baron. How have you been doing? Are you eating well? Whoa, Mom, slow down.
I'm fine. School's going well. Soccer, I started talking about World War I, so history's pretty enjoyable. About the eating part... How are things on your end?
Stressful. I want to come home and see you. I've been feeling ever so guilty about being away.
Nah, it's fine. Seriously. Since joining the club, that lonely feeling has pretty much disappeared. Plus, Sayori and I are hanging out a lot, so it's nice to have some regular contact with her again.
Oh yes, that club of yours. You said it was a literature club, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ah, well that should mean your grades for Japanese will be fantastic, right?
It's definitely helping.
And the other club members?
Yeah, we get along pretty well. One girl's really shy, the other one is kinda... cold, but I think she's a softie at heart. Oh, and Monica's the president. That's it, just Monica's the president. She even know who Monica is. She know who anyone besides Sayori is at this point. Oh, okay, Mom kinda knows. I guess we gushed about Monica last year, apparently, to her at some point? I don't know.
Oh, The Monica you used to share classes with? The one you had a crush on?
Mom! I didn't have a crush on her.
Of course not. So, being around Sayori again. When I called you last week, you were on a at the park with her, right?
Yeah.
I'm so happy for both of you. She was always your best friend growing up. Although, perhaps it's a motherly intuition, but I get the feeling that you and Sayori...
What about us? I can sense her knowing smile, even over the phone.
Well, you tell me.
Mom's gonna call us on our shit? Okay, that actually makes an interesting... Now that we know that we clearly might have had a crush on Monica, too, that would have made her route even more interesting. We would have been the unrequited love initially, then. This is a girl we did like but thought was out of our league, so we just, you know, didn't bother trying. But if we had her route, we did try, and it did end up working out, and, well, I mean, Mom already kind of knows about Monica, so... There's potentially embarrassment there. I like seeing all the little snippets that could have been. Just kind of slowly piecing together this... the abandoned route that they had to give up. But anyways, are we gonna be honest with our mom and tell her we're probably developing feelings for Sayori? Or tight lips and not say a damn thing? I mean, Mom seems to be all for it. Plus, I mean, you want to talk to your mother more anyway. You barely see her, so you might as well tell her pretty much anything. Don't keep secrets from your parents, everybody. So, I'm gonna go with, you know, tell her we're developing feelings. Because why the fuck not? Well, truth be told, Mom, I think I really like her. Like, in that sense.
Ah, yes, I did think this day would come eventually. Look at my little boy, all grown up. Falling in love with a girl.
Mom!
Sorry. I guess I should have seen this coming. Given the way you used to act around her as a kid. Always looking out for her, protecting her from things that scared her, sharing your food with her. Quite the gentleman you were.
Really? You had your suspicions that early on?
Motherly instinct, sweetheart.
We share a laugh. It was confusing at first. I didn't really know what these new feelings were. I'd start to notice little things about her that I didn't see before. Like how pretty her eyes are, or how nice she smells. Enough, stop sniffing her. Stop sniffing people. Please. Or how cute she looks when she's trying to concentrate. I sighed dreamily. Yeah, I'll admit it. She's got me good.
So what's holding you back?
Well, I don't really know girls that well. How am I supposed to know if she likes me back?
Ah, teenage love. Well, look at it this way. When a girl likes you, she'll do a few things to try and signal that interest. Does she maintain eye contact with you a lot? Laugh at your jokes? Offer to come with you to places or invite you along? compliment you?
Kind of, yeah? I mean, that puts Yuri out in different light. With the, Sayori and Natsuki's outing together that she invited us along to, just out of nowhere. She always seems to say that every idea we have is great, too, so yeah. It checks out. I mean, a lot of those things, yeah. But sometimes she acts a little bit off. As in, there are days when she doesn't really want to talk to me or anyone else. There's something that she's hiding, but she keeps her walls up and doesn't let me in. Like today, she was having a really bad nightmare. Saying stuff like she's really tired and she feels bad for feeling useless. But she never wants to talk about it and just brushes me off whenever I try and help her.
Well, there was a long gap in your history together. Perhaps something happened in her life, something that she isn't ready to share just yet? Patience is a virtue, sweetheart. You'll have to understand it from her perspective. Sometimes people just don't want to share. I know it must be frustrating. You want to help, but she's just not letting you.
Yeah.
As much as we would like to, sometimes we can't just force ourselves into someone's life like that. Besides, we have no idea what her reasoning is. I'm sure she'll tell you when she feels comfortable doing so.
But doesn't that mean she doesn't trust me yet?
Not necessarily. From what you told me, she enjoys spending time with you. She certainly does trust you, just not on that level just yet. It'll come in time. Anyway, unfortunately I have to go. A lot of work to be done still. It was lovely talking to you again, sweetheart, and keep me updated on the Sayori situation, especially if anything major pops up, okay?
Sure thing, Mom. And thanks. Your advice has been really helpful.
You're very welcome, darling. Bye.
Both my mother and Sayori gone, the room feels strangely empty. As I meander upstairs into my room and flop onto my chair, my mother's words echo in my mind. Maybe Sayori does like me too, then? Huh. Well, even if she does, what am I meant to do? Am I meant to make the first move? I mean, traditionally, it's the guy that generally makes the first move, but I mean, that's just traditionally. You can break tradition. The girl can make the first move. You can kind of somehow both make this first move at the same time. Doesn't matter, man. If you feel comfortable making the first move, make the first move. Also, that's some quality advice there from the mom. As much as you want to help, you can't just force yourself into somebody's life. Let them come to you when they're comfortable to talk about it. Don't badger them. And just because they don't tell you something doesn't mean they don't trust you. This game actually does give some pretty just good life advice in general. Ask her to, date or be my girlfriend? I mean, generally, I'd say go with a date first. Don't just off the bat say, hey, want to be my girlfriend. Go with the date. See if you guys are kind of more compatible than you think. Maybe make it a few dates and then go with the girlfriend thing. I mean, that's just me. I'd want to hang out a little more with somebody first, maybe go on dates, or just doing something in general. It doesn't have to be a date before I could consider actually asking. Although if we've been hanging out, just us two, isn't that already technically a date? Gah. I don't know. I think I'll just see how the next couple of weeks go and not push anything. Primarily because I don't know what I'm doing. With a weary sigh, I boot up my computer. There's no way I'll be able to get any homework done with all this on my mind. Video games should be a nice way to relax. It's Halloween coming up, so let's pick a horror game. This one looks tempting. Third-person survival horror, police detective, nightmarish simulation. This'll do fine. Now I'm curious as to what game that is. I'm actually kind of curious at what game he booted up. Man, do I regret staying up late yesterday? I knew it would be a bad idea. I knew I'd struggle staying awake. In more ways than one, I really am my worst enemy. Wearily, I pull myself back to the land of the living, determined to make an effort to pay attention to Sakurai. Anyone care to give me a brief recap of the events that took place at the start of the war? It's alright, don't all line up at once. I grin at him, marveling at how his humor is possibly the only thing keeping me awake. I hope he doesn't ask me, though. It's hard enough staying awake, let alone actively contribute. Luckily, Sayori spares me from that possibility, giving him a perfect answer. Well explained. Your teacher definitely deserves a pay raise. Or rise, whatever. He chuckles to himself, carrying on. Well, I paid attention for a couple of minutes. That means I'm entitled to a nap, right? Oh my god, another flashback. Have another flashback with little baby Sayori.
Hey, Baron? Yeah?
She looks shyly at the ground.
Do you think we'll be friends forever? What do you mean? Like, we're pretty young and we've been friends for a while. When we move to junior high school, we'll still be friends, right? And even when we move to high school. Hey, Sayori, where's this coming from? Of course we will be. You're my best friend. I always enjoy hanging out with you. You're my best friend too, Baron. Always been really nice to me. I just don't want to lose that. Sayori, you're being so silly. I know. I have an idea. Something that means we'll always be friends. Oh, what?
Oh my god. Truly wonderful. Mind of a child. Yes. Yeah. I mean, in a technical sense, yeah, technically, yeah. If you're married, you should be friends. You would be friends forever, in a way. But unfortunately, divorce is very common now, so that doesn't kind of hold true much now. Well, I mean, ever since divorce is a thing, yeah. Yeah. I mean, that is how it should be. Yeah, if you're married, your partner is your best friend. Should be your best friend. It could be part of the reason why you marry them, because they're one of your best friends in a way. They're the one you trust the most with anything, go to for anything, which is why you wanted to, spend the rest of your lives together.
We should get married. Married? But isn't that what grown-ups do? Yeah, but we're 8 now. That's a pretty big number.
Jesus Christ.
Anyway, what do you think? If we're married, does that mean we'll be friends forever? I think so, yeah. I mean, my parents are friends and they're married, so that must mean that's how it works, right?
And then his parents get a divorce in the future. Not exactly friends anymore. Hindsight. This is so weird.
Okay. How do we, do it then? I think you have to get a grown-up to say it. Let me go find Mommy. Hang on.
Oh my god, almighty mother of Christ. Gee, I wonder where his mom got the idea that these two might be more than just friends in the future. I wonder. I so wonder.
Mommy! Yes, darling, what's up? Me and Sayori are getting married. Marriage, eh? My, that's real mature of you two.
She smiles fondly at us both. Jesus, this is so weird.
Oh, you two are so cute together. But being married isn't easy, you know. You'll have to support each other, and more importantly, you have to do special things for your partner. Like what?
Mom leans forward, a playful look in her eyes.
Things like sharing your chocolate, Sayori.
Sayori gasps.
Do you think you could do that? And Baron, you'll have to compromise too. What does that mean? Well, let's say that one day you want to play video games, but Sayori wanted to go to the park. What would you do?
Oh my god.
Easy! Go outside first, then come in and play. Come on, Mommy, this marriage stuff is so easy.
Mom chuckles to herself.
Oh, if it were that easy. Well, you're clearly ready then.
Yeah, so the writing was on the wall even back then when he was 8. Hey, didn't his parents get divorced when he was 10 or something? I cannot remember. That was way back in Act 1.
Yeah, that's what I thought. We'll be best friends forever. Even in 50 years? Even in 50, 100. Wait, that's a big number, right?
With a start, I'm jolted back to the present. Jeez. This isn't the kind of history I expected to learn about when I started this class. Man, where did it all go wrong? We used to be inseparable. Best friends until the end, no matter what. I know we're talking and getting along again these days, but there were a good few years where we had no contact. And she said she loves being around me, and she didn't want to lose what we had. Ooh. Even though she probably felt estranged as we began to drift. As Sakurai talks, an uncomfortable feeling of guilt bubbles up within me. But we're friends now, right? There's no sense lamenting on the past. Now, everyone open your textbooks to the segment on trench warfare. I want you to write out the main features, what it was, how it worked, and how both sides tried to break out of it. Trench warfare is, oh my god, horrible. Well, looks like I can't get away with just idly listening in the background anymore. After a while, the bell rings. The usual stampede occurs, with students eager to head to lunch. As I'm making my way over to the courtyard, I spot Natsuki. Hey, Natsuki. How are you doing?
Oh, it's you. I'm alright, I guess.
There's an awkward moment of silence. Given, I suppose, as this is one of the first times I'm talking to Natsuki one-on-one. Looking forward to the Halloween party?
Should be fun, I guess.
By the way, I don't suppose you've seen Sayori, have you?
Don't you guys walk to school together?
Yeah, but she wasn't there this morning and wouldn't reply to my texts. I ended up walking alone.
Huh. Weird. Nah, I haven't seen her. I'll tell you if I see her.
Thanks. I'm on my way to have lunch, if you want to join.
No, I'm good. I've already eaten anyway.
Oh, okay.
See you around then.
She dismissively waves and turns away. I wonder if she's like this with everyone she meets? I don't have much time to ponder the question as I once again spot Yuri on my way to the courtyard. With Sayori absent, I don't really feel like sitting alone. Yuri seemed happy to talk last time, and I can't imagine today would be any different. Hey, Yuri. Once again, my greeting startles her. It's slightly comical, although I do feel a little bad for making her jump.
Baron. Sorry, I didn't expect you again.
I'll stop being a ninja, I promise. She laughs softly, closing her book and pulling out a box of food. Mind if we sit outside again? She nods and stands up. By the way, have you seen Sayori around?
Sayori? Did she not walk with you?
Nope. Didn't meet me in the morning, didn't answer my calls. Just wondering if you've seen her around or anything.
I can't say I have. Apologies.
No worries. I didn't expect you to have blah 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 blah. Words! I don't think she came to school today. The temporary lull in conversation feels a little awkward. Yuri isn't the greatest with leading a conversation or diverting a topic. She's fiddling with her hair, clearly thinking hard for something to say. Anyway, I'm curious. What are your thoughts on Halloween? Given you like horror so much.
Well, are you sure you want to know? I'd hate to bore you.
Nah, not at all. I asked you specifically after all. It wouldn't bore me in the slightest.
Well, to be truthful, while most people typically feel frightened by all the monsters and horror villains that come out to play, Halloween, ironically enough, makes me feel safer.
Why's that?
I feel like I belong, if that makes sense. That's not weird, is it?
Yuri. Seriously, you don't have to worry about it. I'm not gonna make fun of you or anything, I promise. What do you mean by belong?
Well, it's a day where most people get into the spirit of horror. If only for one day, it's a day where the macabre becomes the norm. I get a sense of belonging from it, because Halloween is typically comprised of horror stories, movies, etc. Although I'm not much of a fan of the commercialism. It detracts a little from Halloween's actual meaning.
Oh, you mean all the cheesy bats, spiders, skeletons they hang up in stores?
Precisely.
Yeah, that's understandable. I'll admit, I'm not huge on horror, but Halloween's always been fun. Sayori and I used to prank each other, scare each other with stories, that sort of thing. Obviously, we haven't done that in a good few years. Another pang of guilt.
Spending such a day with someone else. I imagine that must be wonderful to share.
It's definitely something. We carved pumpkins together over the weekend. We'll be bringing them to the club, actually, so you can check them out.
I look forward to it. Back to your initial question, though. As frightening as horror villains can be, I would be hard-pressed to deny that their personalities or motives are interesting. Take Frankenstein's monster, for instance. The very fact it isn't given a name, and only referred to as the monster, makes you think it would behave like a mindless beast. Yet once it's created, it is unaware of its own identity, and even becomes frightened. It's even able to form relationships with a family of peasants, and even saves a human girl. Yet it is continually misunderstood, even being shot for its efforts. Even after being mistreated by its creator, it still mourns the creator's death. Hardly the behavior and emotion you would expect a typical monster to display, don't you think?
Well, I can always count on Yuri for a thought-provoking discussion, that's for sure. I guess she's specifically talking about, Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, like the actual book. I've only seen the original Universal film. And yeah, it is frightened of just kind of everything. They do just call it a monster. And it does have some monstrous things, but it was trying to forge a relationship with a little girl, throwing, Like just popping the heads off of flowers into the water. But then it didn't really know what to do next and just grabbed the girl and tossed her in. Then when she didn't, you know, come back up, he got kind of scared and ran off. I mean, a lot of the things he does is because it was scared. Sure, it does steal Frankenstein's, you know, fiance, kidnaps her at one point. Or tries to, I can't remember the specifics. Then you get to the windmill thing and all that happens. Dr. Frankenstein himself being thrown off the windmill being burned, and the monster presumably dying within it. Haven't seen Bride of Frankenstein, though. That's something I do eventually want to actually do, just to see how that sequel goes, which I believe has the monster talking. Or at least trying to talk. Because, I mean, he's a monster from the perspective of people. I'm gonna try to look up the quote from... I mean, this doesn't have to do with no, it doesn't have Frankenstein, but it's a quote that came up in Jurassic World that kind of really sums up what a monster can be. Thank you, Twitter, for someone just quoting it. Okay, that's it. That's the quote. Monster is a relative term. To a canary, a cat is a monster. And to finish off that quote, we're just too used to being the cat. So when you got something like Frankenstein's a monster, it's, you know, like something we technically don't have, you know, power over and are the superior being to, because it's something that frightens us. Again, I do like that analogy. Monster is a relative term. To a canary, a cat is the monster, and we as people are too used to being the cat. There we go, just kind of talking to myself. That's chaos. There. Got some Jeff Goldblum. God damn it! Oh god, he was so weird in that first movie. I like how I went from talking about Mary Shelley's Frankenstein to Universal's Frankenstein, briefly to Bride of Frankenstein, to Jurassic World, to Jurassic Park, to Jeff Goldblum. What a weird tangent that one ended up being. When you put it like that, I can definitely see what you mean. I guess just by labeling something as a monster, people automatically assume it'll behave like one, right? So in giving it a personality and, well, human emotions, it does make you question whether the monster is really, well, a monster.
Definitely. It's honestly fascinating.
The rest of the lunch break passes by in a blur. Oh. Something got caught in my throat there. Weird. Before I know it, the bell has rung and it's time to go. Well, that's another day over. Sayori's been on my mind all day, no matter how much I try and distract myself. She's probably just ill, Given the stuff she eats, I guess it was bound to happen sooner or later. Still, can't hurt to check for myself. Hey, Sayori? It's me. Well, I was just wondering if you're okay, you know? Because you didn't come to school today. There's a muffled shuffling as I hear footsteps slowly walk towards the door.
You didn't have to. I just wasn't feeling well, that's all. I've been trying to sleep it off, so that's why I missed your calls. Sorry.
No worries. Hey, what do you have? A sore throat? Fever?
I've just got a really bad headache. And I'm feeling really dizzy.
I can get some stuff from the pharmacy if you'd like. Should make you feel better.
No, it's okay. I think I'll be fine. Don't worry about me.
As she's talking, I can't help but notice what a mess the room is. I know Sayori has never been on the neat side, but this looks worse than usual. Oh, you're taking medicine for your headache already?
Huh?
She frantically follows where I'm pointing to and swiftly hides the medicine packet in her pocket.
Oh, those! Yeah. See? You don't have to get medicine for me after all.
Right. Anyway,
I'm sorry if I'm not in the mood to talk. This headache is being a real meanie. If you don't mind, I'm gonna try to get more sleep. See ya!
Sayori, wait!
What is it, Baron? Look, I know you're concerned about me, and it's really sweet. But for once, can you just stop it? I'm okay. I'm just really tired and not feeling myself.
I stare at her, hurt.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to snap at you. I'm just really not in a good mood right now.
It's okay. I guess it's on me for worrying too much. Well, I hope you feel better soon, Sayori. The soft click of the door is my only response. There's something going on here that I'm not realizing. The nightmares, the days where she's not herself, the refusal to accept my help. But then the next day, she's totally fine? Back to her cheery self? Gah! Am I just overreacting? Maybe I do just worry about her too much. Thinking about it, if the roles were reversed, would I find her overbearing? Although I don't have anything to hide. Well, as Mom said, I have to give it time. So I guess all I have to do is wait. Hopefully it'll be that simple. For now, I'll just play along with her and try to dial back my concern. As tough as that'll be. Wow, she just straight up said, "Stop worrying." Okay, wow, that is a dark and gloomy day.
It's gotten so cold. October was so warm. Why couldn't it stay that way?
Okay, so Halloween happened. Good to know. Halloween has happened. It's already gone, so we're now into November. We're in November now, you know?
But last year's November was so mild. Ah, so unfair. Other places get real cool winter things like penguins, reindeers, even Frosty the Snowman.
Sayori, you know that Frosty the Snowman wasn't real, right?
Of course, silly. But what if you make an actual snowman and name him Frosty?
Pretty sure that doesn't count. She waves my comment away, an indignant huff of air visible from her mouth.
I just want it to snow. Seeing the gentle snowfall at night, when you're tucked up and cozy inside with some hot chocolate, it's so peaceful. All the untouched snow, and when it's quiet...
You should probably spend Christmas with Yuri this year, you know? Sounds like you two share the same thoughts.
Oh, well, it's obviously really fun to have snowball fights, build snowmen, make star angels. And missing a day or two off school. I guess since joining the literature club, I started to appreciate nature a bit more. Although I still love summer.
That much hasn't changed then.
Oh no!
What? She's fiddling around in her pockets, desperately looking for something.
I left my gloves at home! And my hands get cold so easily. Having cold fingers is the worst! Well, or having wet socks on.
Blow on them, Sayori.
Huh? Blow on my hands?
Yes. It'll warm them up. Trust me. She takes my advice, but judging by the look on her face, it's a futile effort.
It helps a little bit, but they're still so cold. I just wish I had something proper to warm them up for me.
As she stands there pouting, an idea forms in my mind. One that'll benefit both of us. Give me your hands. Doing my best to ignore my beating heart, I take her hands in my own and start rubbing on them.
Huh? What are you doing?
I roll my eyes, hoping she attributes my sudden stuttering to the cold, and not the sudden nervousness this new situation brings. What does it look like I'm doing? It's a slow process, but slowly I can feel her hands warming up. Given how hot my whole body feels, it's no surprise. I'm half expecting there to be steam radiating off my fingers by this point. The silence in the air feels heavy, almost as if it were laced with some kind of tension. I'd be lying if I said I didn't enjoy it, but the unfamiliarity of the sudden intimacy makes me feel a little uncomfortable. There. It should be much warmer now. I move to pull my hands away, but Sayori's grip doesn't loosen like I expect it to.
Would you mind holding on for just a little bit longer? It's really sweet what you've done for me. I get cold super quickly, though.
Sure. Although we have to get a move on, otherwise we'd be late. Oh, bitrate's starting to go a little funky. It's doing the funky chicken. But you're well within where you need to be, so it's all good.
That's okay.
And so we make our way to school. just like any other day where we've walked together. Except for one major difference. We're holding hands. I mean, friends can hold hands, right? Nope. Too lewd. Nope. Holding hands is so lewd. How dare. How dare. Yeah, it's not necessarily romantic or anything. But it feels so good. Just like it belongs. Sayori's fingers are absent-mindedly stroking the back of my hand, and I have to fight the urge to return the favor. Oh my god. Yes. If you're holding hands, people, I'm gonna tell you this right now, just depending on how you do it, whatever finger is free that's more comfortable, generally, at least in my case, it's a thumb. Just kind of move it back and forth over the back of your partner or whoever's hand. They'll like it. You'll like it, and they'll generally get in return, and it's a small little thing, but it makes you feel good. I'll be honest. It makes you feel really good. It's those small, it's those tiny little things. Nah, to hell with it. Her hands feel so warm and soft against mine, so there's no way I'm letting this opportunity pass up. She laughs softly as my fingers trace a gentle circle around the back of her hand. She breaks the silence, but only slightly, as her voice is barely audible over the howling wind and my own hammering chest.
You're pretty quiet, Baron.
Sorry.
It's okay. You don't have to say sorry. This has been really nice, hasn't it?
It has. My mind is screaming at me to say more. Say something. Something romantic and cheesy. I feel so content and warm, and most importantly, safe. With a girl I grew up with, a girl I've shared so many happy memories with, the girl who provides a bundle of sunshine in my life.
Your hands feel really nice.
Yours feel really... Don't mess us up, Baron. Ditto. Well, I wouldn't mind warming your hands up again. You know, if they ever get, cold. That was the lamest response I could have given her. Sayori thinks otherwise, though, as she bursts into laughter. I feel my cheeks flare up again, this time out of embarrassment.
Hey! Sorry, Baron, sorry. You're just so... adorable.
Yeah? Well, so are you. The line is out of my mouth before my brain has a chance to even process it. This time, it's Sayori's turn to grow flustered. An endearing crimson flush appears on her cheeks as she looks away, embarrassed.
Eh?
You can be really cute sometimes, you know that? This is deep into uncharted territory. I've really passed some kind of line. The line you adhere to when you're just friends with someone. Although, do I really care?
Whoa, 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 whoa!
She flails, further demonstrating my point. Wait, are those... Sayori?
What's that? In your pocket?
Are those gloves?
This cheeky little bugger! She set this up!
Good job, Baron. You spilled your tea all over yourself like a dumbass. She freezes, looking like a deer caught in the headlights.
Huh? No! Of course not! Oh, look at the time! We're gonna be late! See you at lunchtime!
She zooms off with the velocity of a bullet. I'm left standing there in awe. That girl is so damn sneaky. Then again, it's not like I didn't benefit from her little plan, is it? She'll be the death of me. With high spirits, I follow after Sayori's rapidly disappearing profile. Sayori, you tricky SOB. Sneaky, sneaky. That's what she is. Ooh. And that was the state of the war by the summer of 1917. As he outlines the activity we'll be doing next, my ears prick up as he mentions we'll be doing it in pairs. By the way, turn to page 394. That chapter should be the most relevant for this task. Now, if you don't mind me, I'll be marking all the homework I should have gotten back to you last week. As per usual, his light, self-deprecating style earns a smattering of laughter from the class. Emmy and I have been working diligently, making steady progress. It's about break time, I reckon. I've been meaning to ask, how's the track stuff coming along?
This season's been great! Although there aren't as many sessions going on this month. I mean, there's still some, but people always chicken out when it gets cold. No dedication. I hate seeing people give up on stuff.
You and your running, eh? I gotta give you credit for that, though. I wish I had the drive to exercise.
Oh, I don't think it's a lack of drive that stops you from exercising, Baron.
There's a mischievous look in her eye.
You're distracted.
I catch Sakurai looking at us. Hastily, I turn back to my textbook and scribble something in a lazy effort to look like I'm doing some work. Once his back is turned, my full attention goes back to Emmy. Distracted? By what?
By who is what you should be asking.
That very knowing smile is making me feel a little uncomfortable. Come on, Emmy, enough with the riddles.
Sayori, Baron! I see you two having lunch together all the time. Don't you walk her home as well?
I didn't know they teach you how to stalk people at the track club, Emmy.
Aha! So you do walk home with her then?
So you do stalk me, huh?
So, do you like her?
Hey,
I promise I won't tell anyone. And come on, the amount of times I let you copy my homework?
I grumble under my breath. I had a feeling he'd use that to get a favor out of me.
Use it against you? Baron! Of course not! It's just my way of reminding you that you can trust me.
Well,
Actually, no. I guess I'm being a little pushy, aren't I? Sorry, I shouldn't have.
it's all good. It's not that I don't want to tell you, it's just... I don't know. It's really confusing. I guess to put it simply... Yeah, I do like her.
Ah, I knew it! That's so cute, though. How long have you liked her?
I nervously scratched the back of my neck. Well... We've always been childhood friends, but over the past few years, we started drifting apart. I joined her literature club last month, and well... Since then, I've just really enjoyed being around her. I guess I never really realized what my feelings were. We've been spending more time together recently, and... I sighed dreamily.
You're noticing all the little quirks about her, aren't you? Ah.
Yeah. Things like how blue her eyes are, how warm and soft her hands feel, how cute she looks when she's concentrating. She's always been really good at making me feel at ease. Whenever she's around, I just feel really, I don't know, just... happy? Oh, God. All of that mushy stuff must sound super embarrassing. Sorry, I know this must sound really cringy. Bro, I know cringe.
It doesn't. It's fine. I know the feeling myself.
Oh? That guy you started dating a couple of months ago? The new guy, right?
That's the one.
So, what was it like for you? What little things did you start to notice about him?
I guess I realized how much he really thinks with his heart.
Alright, yeah, that's just a sow. She's basically with a sow. But she'll never say his name. Because this is just a reference to Emi of Katawa Shoujo. This isn't actually Emi Ibaruzaki. This is just a reference to her. And that is, very clearly... She's clearly supposed to be talking about Hisao right here. Thinking with his heart. Yeah.
He's a little dense, but I really came to appreciate how patient he can be. But that's enough about me. Sounds like exactly the same thing is going on here. When are you gonna tell Sayori?
Well, that's the thing. Ah, Baron, Emmy. Everything going well? Oops. Looks like I was getting so into the conversation with Emmy that I totally forgot we were in a classroom. Thankfully, we made enough progress for Sakurai not to chide us. He studies our notes. Doing well so far. Although I'd add a little more detail about how the United States entered and how that clashed against their policy of isolationism. Wait, the US had isolationist? What? Interesting. Cool. After all, it was a turning point in the war from both a military and foreign policy perspective.
Noted, sir.
As he meanders off, Emmy wastes no time in jumping back to the conversation.
You are gonna tell her, right?
I don't know. Part of me wants to, but I'm super nervous. What if she doesn't feel the same way? She dismisses my concern with a frown and a shake of the head.
Look, I can tell she likes you. How can you possibly... Female intuition.
First motherly intuition, now female intuition. No fair. Women get all the psychic powers. Deal with it, bruh.
Trust me. She spent so much time with you, and my gut feeling has never been wrong before.
She winks at me. Strangely enough, it fills me with a little bit of confidence. Okay then. I swallow. I guess I'll tell her. I just don't know how to do it.
Look, it's easy. All you have to do is be honest with her. Tell her what you told me. That you really like spending time with her, and that you want her to be your girlfriend. Easy.
She leans back triumphantly. Easy for you to say.
Oh? And never confess over text or online. It has to be done in person.
Well, it's Thursday today, so...
You gotta tell her tomorrow. Trust me, you don't want the anticipation hanging over you during the weekend.
But that's so... soon. Hey, Mari. How you doing? This is Emmy. She is actually a cameo from a different visual novel. Blue Skies took a lot of influence from Katawa Shoujo. One of the girls in that game was Emmy, who was a pigtailed, green-eyed girl who's very energetic. So they decided just to have kind of they kind of threw her into the game as just a kind of a nod to the inspiration. But they did say this is not actually her from the game because that goes against the Katawa Shoujo creators' ideas of how they don't want their mods to be for their visual novel, unfortunately. But it's just a nice little fun little reference. You doing good? Good. I'm doing alright. I'm just recovering from last night. Still a little tired. I ended up sleeping till 10, shockingly enough. That's late for me. Then it was busy doing stuff around the house, mowing the lawn, and all that fun stuff, and then, well, to this. Yeah, I got today off, thankfully. I got today and tomorrow off. So, 2 days to kick my feet up and relax before going back to the grind. So basically, Emmy is just telling us, man the fuck up and, you know, tell Sayori you like her. Because we're pretty sure she likes us. We definitely like her. Sayori even did a... She was a tricky little, son of a bitch. It's getting cold out. She said she forgot her gloves. So we warmed her hands up and then started holding hands with her on the way to school. And then we saw the gloves in her pocket, and then she just ran off once we called her out on it. Which, like, that's adorable. That was cute, and goddamn.
Think of it this way. The sooner you tell her, the sooner you can start dating.
I won't lie. That's a pretty appealing prospect. Tomorrow it is.
And let me know how it goes.
That bitrate's being a little funky, but it's holding where it should right now. Managed to find your gloves this time, eh? She flails around nervously.
Yeah! I guess I didn't know they were in my pocket the whole time before.
As she pulls them on, I'm hit by a pang of disappointment. Ooh, my bitrate is starting to plummet. Not good. I was hoping I'd get to keep her warm and hold her hands again. Hang on, Sayori. My scarf has come loose.
You're so silly, Baron. Didn't your mom teach you how to properly tie a scarf?
No, she's out of the country all the time. She can't teach me anything right now. Also, I'm a dumb neat. Just gonna hold here for a few moments, wait for my bitrate to recover. Don't know why it's being stupid. I was doing so well all stream. So give it some time to try to kick back up before I go any farther. As a safety precaution, I'll hit save. Thankfully, I'm doing this again tomorrow, so if I do have to end this early, I can just pick up. Okay. I think it's starting to recover now. Maybe. I think so. We're back close to where we need to be. Ugh. Internet, am I right? Doesn't want to cooperate half the time. I think I should be good to continue going. It'll probably kick back to where it needs to be shortly. But from what I'm seeing, it still looks pretty good. Alright. Yeah. I just never got around to actually putting it into practice.
Let me help you.
She stands in front of me, completely undoing the scarf and placing it around my neck. At this distance, not only can I see her breath forming a misty cloud in front of me, but I can even feel it on my face. As she works, she brushes against my neck and collar. I have to force myself not to burrow into her touch.
There!
The final loop, the scarf now sits snugly, providing the warmth it should. Even after she's finished, her hands linger on my neck. Despite the fabric of her gloves, I can feel they're still cold. Thank you, Sayori. Much better.
You're welcome!
Sakurai told us that during the war, a bunch of miners and bombs set off an explosion so loud it was heard in London all the way from France. Over 140 miles away.
That must have been one big explosion!
Do you think the miners did the whole cool guys don't look at explosions thing? No, they probably had all of their organs ruptured on the inside. Or they went deaf.
Maybe that's where movie directors got the idea from?
I'll ask Sakurai tomorrow. Hey Sakurai, in actual history, did they do a movie cliche? Yes, our teacher will love that. How about you go stand next to an explosion, see what happens? Knowing him, I'll probably just get a sarcastic answer though.
I tell you an interesting math fact. But math isn't interesting.
Oh, yeah, I'm definitely with you there.
Seriously, you can't write a poem with numbers or a story. I don't think I've ever seen my parents use the quadratic formula or work out the area of a triangle in real life.
Yeah, you don't use... Okay, we get it. We don't use half the shit we learn in school. That's just how it goes.
And my teacher tells me that math is a lifelong skill.
Well, I mean, yeah, in a roundabout sense. You kind of need to know how to add things at the very least. You know, taxes are a thing. Working out pay can be a thing. Not that hard. But you don't need to know the quadratic formula for the most part. Really? I find it pretty useful. You know, and counting up the amount of times you complain about something.
Hey! You said you agreed with me.
Kidding, kidding. Anyway, I'll catch you tomorrow, Sayori. Have a good one.
Bye!
Man, what a long day today's been. I feel like I learned more from Emmy than I did Sakurai. I guess tomorrow's the day I finally ask Sayori, huh? Being totally honest, I'm kinda terrified. But then again, how much longer do I want this anticipation to loom over me? Besides, Emmy's confident Sayori likes me, so... it should go smoothly, right? Emphasis on should. After all, she does spend a lot of time with me. And the trick with her gloves this morning? I just hope I've not misread all the signs. Or else tomorrow is gonna be super awkward. Oh my god, another flashback with little baby Sayori. God damn it. These always catch me so I surprise. They always make me smile.
What's up, Baron? You're looking really glum. It's nothing, Sayori. Hey, I know something's bothering you. You can talk to me. It'll be okay. I didn't do well in the end-of-year exams. People found out and they kept laughing at me. Plus, my parents are gonna be so mad. I'm an idiot. Hey! You aren't an idiot, Baron! You're not stupid at all! But I messed up so badly. You're still really smart to me, though. You helped me with homework so many times. And look, you tried your best, right? Yeah. That's fine then. That's all that counts. Teachers can't expect more, can they? Yeah, I suppose you're right. And those meanies? They're just jealous. Jealous? Huh? Of what?
Oh my god. Kids will be kids.
Well, you're really good at the floor is lava game. And I was just gonna say we play that now. That'll cheer you up, I know it. I don't know. Come on! You could be Spider-Man again.
What? I am so confused. Children confuse me so very much. They're playing the floor is lava, and I'm Spider-Man?
What?
What does that make Sayori? Batman? They're the only ones I can think of that swing around.
Okay then. Let's start here. Yay!
The next hour passes by in a blur. Within moments, we're already hopping around the room. I see a grand total of 1 table and 2 couches too far apart for kids to jump between. Someone's getting hurt. Zipping by from chair to chair, room to room.
Ah, watch out! The lava monster is there.
Oh my god.
I'm never gonna see Mom's houseplant the same way again. Come on, Sayori, you got this.
There's a fairly big gap between the 2 couches, and Sayori peers over the edge, trying to see if she can make it.
Yeah, that is too big of a gap. Even if you fall, I got you.
Yeah, Spider-Man, everyone gets 1 save from Spider-Man. Everyone gets 1.
Okay.
She jumps, soaring through the air, and lands right next to me, a triumphant grin on her face. Eh?
Hey! Way to go!
She grins and offers her hand for a high five. I'm gonna assume this is Mom. So, Southern voice, here we go again.
Having fun? Oh, hi, Mom. You two look like you're having the time of your lives. Good to see you again, Sayori. And you too. And you too. Boo, boo, word.
Those are 2 words and I added 4 million. God damn it. I gotta learn to speak.
We were just playing the floor is lava game. Quite an active imagination the pair of you have, huh?
Mom smiles endearingly.
Joys of childhood, eh? Would either of you like some snacks? I think we have some tempura.
Sayori's face brightens immediately.
Oh! That would be really nice, thank you. If that's okay. Of course, dear. How about you, son? Yeah, tempura works for me as well, Mommy. Thanks! Oh, and by the way, watch out for that tall houseplant in the other room. I've heard it's secretly a scary lava dragon in disguise.
She winks as she leaves. Oh my god, she's just playing into it. The mom is too good. Like, too good of a mom. Oh, thank God, we're done the flashback. No more cringe. No more mega cringe. Yeah, I'll go for a little longer. A little longer than I usually do. It's okay. I can do over 2 hours. Man. It's days like these that I feel that I really... damn it. It's days like these that I... Okay, spelling mistake. Oh boy, I wish I could go in and fix this stuff myself, but I would be having to go through their entire script. So that's why I'm screwing that up. Let's try that again. It's days like these, I really wish my dad was around. I'm sure he's experienced all the nervousness associated with asking a girl out. Relax, Baron, relax. You're just asking your childhood best friend to be your girlfriend. No big deal, right? Who am I kidding? Of course it's a big deal. What did all those websites online say? Just relax, be yourself, be confident? Wow, some advice that was. I'm just banking on Emmy's intuition being correct. Please be correct, please be correct, please be correct. Oh, good Christ. Are you gonna ask them you gonna ask her in the middle of the literature club meeting? Are you fucking insane? You want an audience for this? Game Baron, you are an idiot. Well, even more so than usual.
It has gotten rather cold these days, hasn't it?
Definitely. Winter is such a pain.
It definitely makes waking up for tennis practice a little harder.
It does have its upsides, however. It really makes for the perfect weather to snuggle up indoors, with a soothing hot chocolate and a nice book. And seeing all the snow softly fall during the night is really relaxing too. Although it all gets ruined the next day when people walk through it.
Having end of semester exams is such a drag too.
I can't help tuning out their conversation. Today has been going by so slowly. All throughout class this morning, I could barely concentrate. I've just been picturing how I imagine the conversation with Sayori will go down. Safe to say, that's definitely been the focus of my mind. Emmy, shooting me knowing looks every so often, didn't do much to staunch the whirlwind of uncertainty in my head. In the club room, we just finished sharing poems, and I can't wait for the session to end.
And people get really mushy around Christmas time as well. You know, like cuddling up together, holding hands, all that stuff. Yuck.
You say that like it's a bad thing, Natsuki. Come on. It'd be lovely to have someone warm you up when the nights get cold.
Yep. That's all we're doing. Warming each other up. That's it. Nothing else. Yep.
Don't you think?
Is this a hint? Or just me totally misinterpreting?
No way.
I can see where both of you are coming from, actually. On one hand, that physical intimacy must be quite nice. Although I have to admit, public displays of affection can be a bit overwhelming.
Yeah, especially when couples start playing tonsil tennis with each other.
Monica laughs. Interesting way of putting it, Natsuki.
I'm right, though. Ugh, save that stuff when you're at home.
But what about presents? That's something else that makes Christmas so enjoyable. Buying gifts for other people and seeing their reactions. That's definitely a rewarding feeling, especially when they really like your choice. Don't you think, Baron?
Don't mind me, just trying to figure out how to ask you to be my girlfriend. Oh, yeah, everything's fine. You know, just trying to figure out the best way to ask you to be my girlfriend. Oh, yeah. Just trying to decide what to get you guys for Christmas. That's all. Racking my brains, I desperately try and follow up what I've just said. Let's say I had to get you a present, Monica. What would you ask for? Can't buy you a piano, though. Sorry. Well, that'd be telling, wouldn't it? It would ruin the mystery.
Well, you're always busy with, like, a billion things going on at once, right? So, I don't know. Maybe like a diary or a planner or something? Or a tennis racket? I have no idea.
Those aren't bad ideas, actually.
It's always difficult buying presents for someone. Especially when it's someone you don't know particularly well. You could do with a watch, Monica!
A watch? Why?
Well, you could do with the free time.
She just really make a fucking pun. Oh my god. Good Christ. One day, Sayori's jokes will get a little funnier. Ah, finally. School days sure take its sweet time. While it did drag on, I'd be lying if I said I was ready for what's about to come. Hey, Sayori. Are you, busy after school today?
Nope. Well, apart from homework, but I didn't get that much today.
Okay, well, I nervously scratched the back of my neck. Sayori eyes me curiously. Do you think we could hang out a bit? Today? After school? Please don't pick up on the desperation in my voice.
Sure. My place or yours?
Yours sounds good.
Okay. We haven't spent time together after school in a long time. What made you change your mind? Not that I'm complaining.
Why am I getting a shrewd suspicion that she knows my plan and is just going along with it just to watch me squirm? I got a feeling she and Emmy were talking. That's my guess. Nothing.
Oh, you don't have a Christmas tree for us to decorate, do you?
It's barely mid-November, Sayori. It's a bit too early for that. Tell that to all the stores.
Ah. Anyway, what did you want to do, Baron?
I don't think it's healthy for a human heart to beat this fast. Go talk to Emmy's boyfriend. He'll tell you all about heart issues. Well, I wanted to tell you something, Sayori.
Okay. What's up?
It's now or never. Well, look, I don't know the best way of saying this. Sayori, She's just sitting there, patiently waiting for me to speak. There's a hint of anticipation lurking in those blue eyes of hers. Taking a deep breath, I stare at the floor and let my mouth talk before my brain has a chance to catch up. Look, Sayori, I really like you, and I'm, uh, really sorry if this changes anything between us, because I really value our friendship, and I wouldn't want to ruin anything, so... I guess it was ever since we were kids. I've always been drawn to you, and, well, seeing you again after these years has been really, really nice, and I'm so glad we get along, like that huge gap in our history was never there. I really like you, Sayori, in that way, and, well, I was just wondering how you felt. Like, do you feel the same way, or... Yeah, that sounds about right. Just kind of me stuttering, going, just word vomit. Just didn't know when to stop. I trail off into nothingness, cringing at how pathetic my confession must have sounded. So much for be confident. The silence is getting overwhelming. Lifting my eyes off the safe haven that is the floor, I have to force myself to meet her gaze. The expression on her face is hard to read. She's smiling, but at the same time, there's definitely a hint of sadness behind her eyes.
I should have seen this coming. I guess it really is my own fault.
Huh? Fault? What do you mean?
I was selfish.
What? How?
I really like you too, Baron.
I should be feeling relieved, happy even at hearing those words. Yet I can't help but feel like something is terribly amiss.
I think I always have, even when we first met.
She smiles warmly at me, but there are tears forming in her eyes that trickle down her face as she blinks.
You've always been so nice to me, even when I didn't deserve it. Even after we drifted apart, you were still willing to talk to me and see how I was doing. You took an interest in my club, even though I didn't think you'd enjoy literature. And at first, I was a little unsure. I wasn't sure if things would be like how they were when we were kids. Deep down, I was hoping they would. And over time, I guess I got my wish. Because they did. Your jokes, your personality, just being around you. Every day was a walking reminder of easier times.
I don't get it, Sayori. If you like me too, and you're happy with me being around, what's the problem? She shakes her head.
It's not that easy. You just don't understand.
Of course I don't, Sayori. Can you blame me? I can tell there's something going on with you, but every time I try to help, you shut me down. Is it any surprise I don't understand? That day before the festival where you wouldn't talk to anyone? And the day when you weren't in school? Something wasn't right that day. It was just a gut feeling. I've always been able to tell when something's wrong, Sayori, no matter how well you hide it.
I really wish you couldn't.
That horrible nightmare you had. You know some of the things you were saying? You think you're useless? That you don't want to do it anymore? What are you talking about? Please, Sayori, just tell me. What's so tiring? What don't you want to do anymore?
Why do you think you're useless? Did someone say something nasty to you? I swear to God, if someone's been saying stuff, tell me, and I'll go and... You're right, Baron. There is someone. I clench my fist so hard I can feel my nails digging into my palm. Who? It's me. I blink stupefied. That was the last response I expected to hear. And content warnings, y'all. Just use the command CW. You? What on earth is that meant to mean? You're saying stuff to... yourself? We're just going around in circles here, Sayori. Please, enough with the mysteries and the vague answers. I've been honest with you. What could this horrible, dark secret be that makes you so useless and unlikable? Depression. And there it is. Just, there it is. Yep. What is my content warnings for this, by the way? Do I have it listed? Yes, good. Okay. Get there's content warnings for this route from what I recall being in it. For the second time this evening, I'm at a complete loss for words. Huh? There. That's my secret, Baron. You're... depressed? I've had depression for most of my life. Oh. Oh my God, Sayori. That was probably the most lackluster response I could have given you. I'm sorry. Don't be. I wouldn't have expected you to know how to respond. She gives a short, humorless laugh. I don't know what to say. I had no idea. I never would have known. You always seem so... happy? Cheerful? But I don't get it. I thought you were so happy. She sighs as tears slowly streak down her cheeks. No, Baron. I never was. It was just a mask. I really tried to keep it up. Her voice wavers as she speaks. Fresh tears fall down her face, but unlike the day of her nightmare, she makes no attempt to hide them. Her secret has been laid bare. Every day. Waking up, getting ready, walking to school. All the things that people take for granted. It's been so scary, so difficult. I was so scared that at any moment, I'd let my mask slip, and you'd see the real me. So, that's what you were referring to when you said it was tiring? That you didn't want to do it anymore? She nods sadly. And all the other things too.
Like waking up?
And eating, too. I don't have the energy to cook actual meals.
So that's why you went for pizzas and other junk food? God, it's all coming together now.
And the whole time has been so bittersweet. Seeing you again, hanging out just like we used to. For the first time in what feels like such a long time, I felt something that felt alien to me. Happiness. It wasn't much, but it was something enough to help me through these days. Like when you warmed my hands up. I felt so bad asking you to help, but sometimes I just couldn't help it. It's so hard fighting against what your heart wants. And I just started to like you. It terrified me.
But why?
Because it was getting harder and harder to resist being selfish.
Selfish?
Selfish in dragging you into my mess. You shouldn't be bothering with someone like me. Part of me wondered if being so miserable would put you off.
Another sad smile.
But it didn't seem like you minded. No, you really stuck around and tried your best to comfort me, even though I was horrible to you and kept you at a distance. And now here we are. A situation that's both what I want and fear the most. I'm worthless, Baron. I couldn't care less about myself. I just want others to be happy. And now I've messed that up. Because now you know about my depression. And knowing you, you'll definitely worry. I really couldn't win either way. I'm so sorry for dragging you into this, Baron. I tried so hard. But with you here, telling me you like me too?
Oh my god. Protect the cinnamon bun. She is the precious cinnamon bun. Her voice is a mess at this point, a whirling mess of tears and anguish.
For once, I just wanted to embrace that selfishness and be your girlfriend.
It's almost like another person who looks just like Sayori has been talking. No, it is like it's a different person. As she spoke, I was sinking further and further into disbelief. How could it be that my happy, carefree childhood friend was harboring such a sad secret? You're definitely not selfish at all, Sayori. How could you be? You're one of the most selfless people I know. You make it your duty to make everyone else happy. I could never not care about you. You're my best friend. I'd do anything to make you happy again. I'm just so glad you told me this.
Why?
Oh, just come here.
Please, don't hug me.
Ignoring her cries, I embrace her, holding her close to me. To my surprise, though, she pulls free and pushes me away from her. I didn't even know she had this strength.
I'm sorry, Baron. I really can't deal with this right now. Can you please leave?
Leave? Sayori, look what you just told me. Do you honestly expect me to just go, like it didn't mean anything?
Yes.
I stared at her incredulously. Her resolution doesn't change. All sorts of feelings are swirling through my head right now. I'm still trying to process what she just told me. And even after suffering for years, she's still this stubborn? Anger floods through my veins. Probably an unreasonable reaction, but at this point I'm too emotionally charged to listen to rationality. Oh, so that's how it is, right? I'm allowed to tell you my problems, and you're allowed to cheer me up, but I'm not allowed to help you? What kind of friendship is this, Sayori?
You'll never understand.
Of course I won't, because you never let anyone in. Is it any surprise I don't understand? I instantly regret raising my voice the moment the words leave my mouth.
Just go. Please.
Without any choice left, I dejectedly comply. Back in my own house, my mind is still racing at 1,000,000 miles an hour. And now that the heat of the moment has passed, I ashamedly realize that I probably handled that pretty poorly. Yeah, no shit! Your best friend tells you she's depressed, and you get mad at her because she doesn't want help. Bravo, Game Baron, you dumb fuck. Yes, it was frustrating being kept in the dark, then having such a huge bombshell dropped on me, then again being unable to help. But getting angry at her was the worst thing to do.
Man, I'm such an idiot.
Ah! God damn it, Emmy. So much for female intuition, eh? Don't blame Emmy on this. Her intuition was right. She liked you back. She just has other stuff going on. Well, there's only one person who hopefully should be able to help. Grabbing my phone, I hastily punch in a phone number and hope she's free. Oh my god, we're just gonna immediately talk to Mom about this. Good lord.
Baron, hi! What's up?
Mom, I told Sayori how I felt, and it...
Didn't go well?
Yeah, but not for the reason you'd think. I don't really know how to put this because I'm still trying to process it myself, so I'll just lay it out. Sayori likes me too, but she couldn't bring herself to act on those feelings because she's depressed. There's a heavy silence for a beat.
Depressed?
I know! Sayori of all people!
Oh, I see. My goodness, that's awful. Poor girl. I hope she'll be alright.
I really hope she will be. Mom, I acted like such an idiot.
What happened?
Well, when she told me she was depressed, I tried to comfort her by hugging her. But she pushed me away and told me to leave. And I'm kicking myself.
Go on.
Her tone is gentle. I got angry at her and raised my voice. It was just so frustrating not being able to help her, and I wasn't thinking straight.
Oh, darling. You're not an idiot at all. I understand it must have been so frustrating. No, shouting at her wasn't the best idea, but it's not like you set out to hurt her, is it?
Well, no.
It happens during arguments, don't worry.
There's so many other things, too. She said she feels worthless, and she felt selfish in even telling me what was going on.
Ah, so that explains why she rejected your hug.
There's a sigh on the other end.
Sweetheart, this must be so difficult for both of you. It must feel so overwhelming. Believe me, I know what your situation is like.
You do?
Mm-hmm. I once dated someone with depression, and it wasn't easy. It was one of the hardest things to watch someone we love suffer like that.
Oh, it's one of the hardest, well, whatever, words. They're on the screen. Everyone can read.
And we just don't understand it when they say such negative things about themselves.
It was horrible, Mom. It didn't even feel like Sayori was talking. I just never saw it coming. I mean, I knew that something was going on with her. But I just thought having days where you're in a low mood were normal, you know?
Well, from what I've gathered, she's awfully convincing at wearing that facade. If it's any consolation, I don't think anyone could have guessed that she was depressed. Either way, the worst part about depression is probably that it's just so loud and convincing. It's got a horrible tendency to dominate the thoughts of whoever's got it. And it can be really hard for them to take off the depression-tinted glasses. It's an illness, and unfortunately, mental illnesses can be just as significant as physical ones. Something I wish this country would recognize.
So what can I do for her? What do I do? Can I even do anything?
You definitely can help her out. I didn't mean to make you feel like you were powerless or anything.
It's okay. I'm glad you're being honest, I guess. It's just kind of hard to realize exactly what we're dealing with here, so it helped to be informed, right?
You've become really mature, Baron. I'm proud of how well you're handling this.
I'm not handling this well at all, Mom. I had no idea how to react. I shouted at her, and she was in tears.
Would anyone who isn't a mental health professional know how to deal with what you've just been told? Anyway, the most important advice I can give you is to not expect a quick fix. Depression isn't something that can be fixed with love. It isn't your job to fix her, but you can still help her.
I was starting to think I was totally useless here.
Of course not, darling. She loves you as well, don't forget. It won't be all doom and gloom. You'll have days where things will be normal, days where she really isn't faking her mood. But then you'll also have days where she won't have the energy to get out of bed. Days where she just won't feel like talking to anyone. And it's really important that you're as patient and understanding as you can be during those days. Oh, and communication's a big one. That goes for any relationship, really. It sounds really obvious, but talk to her. Let her tell you about how she sees the world and what her thoughts, feelings, and fears are. There's gonna be problems, there's gonna be fights. Those are healthy and part of any relationship. If something's bugging you, or someone's bothering her, just talk it out. Communication is key to a successful relationship. Believe me.
I can't help but laugh. You sound like one of those relationship gurus.
It's a mother's job to guide her children, you know. As an aside, never underestimate how helpful it can be just to listen to someone's problems and worries. Just having someone listen can be so helpful, more than you could ever realize.
This is true. Just someone to lend an ear. Just listen. Just someone who can be there to let you, spill everything. It honestly is. It is a relief. It actually is, just to be able to talk about it. You don't expect any kind of fix. It's just someone there to listen. It honestly does a lot more than you'd all think. Funny you mentioned that, because I was going to ask if Sayori should see a therapist or doctor.
Yes, I think that'd probably be for the best. Although things like therapy and medication don't always work for everyone. It's tempting to see it as a magical fix, but just remember it'll take time. There's so much more I want to discuss, but unfortunately you caught me at a really bad time. It's times like these in particular that I feel awful for not being around.
It'd be really nice to see you, Mom.
I'm really hoping I can come visit soon. And for what it's worth, you're much stronger than you realize, and I'm very proud of you. Just remember that, okay?
I'll try.
Give it a day or two before you talk to her, by the way. I think she'll need a bit of time to cool off. I'm sure if you apologize for getting angry and rationally explain your side of things, she'll come around. She never struck me as a girl who could hold a grudge. Emotions were running high from what I could gather, so she'll understand it. And I know it seems really bleak right now, but it'll be okay, Baron. I just know it.
I really hope so, Mom.
Just remember that your support will be just as important as what a doctor or therapist can offer. You've really got such a big heart. Show her just how big that heart really is. I love you.
Love you too, Mom. And thanks. For everything.
Anytime. Ring me whenever you need help, okay?
Wearily, I flop down onto the sofa. Feels like such a lot happened in a short space of time. I just hope Sayori and I can patch things up. Yep. That was... wow. Yeah, I'm gonna call it there, because that's kind of a lot to process. It feels like a good spot to just end off for today, because oh boy. Yeah, so now Game Bear knows Sayori has depression. And as much as she likes us, right now she's not in any kind of state to date somebody. She doesn't want anybody. She doesn't want to feel selfish, in her words. That is a lot, in all honesty. Again, content warnings are there. So I put them in because this stuff does get... This stuff does get pretty heavy, goes into real talk, and it does address these topics seriously. Does not make jokes or make light of them. Which is nice. So on that, sobering note, I am gonna call it there for today. Thanks, everyone, for watching, commenting, lurking. Appreciate it a lot. Tomorrow, 2 o'clock, we'll continue where we left off with Blue Skies. And see where it goes between Game Baron and Sayori. Hopefully things end up getting worked out well. So I hope everyone has themselves a good rest of the day. I'll see you next time.